Okay, so here I have a background. I've already made sure all my files are the same size and resolution, so I won't have any issues with that when I'm combining them. You should do the same before you use your files. And this background is from lostandtaken.com, so it's a high-res background. So I'm going to take my background, and I'm going to go to this rectangle tool. It's U on your keyboard. I'm going to choose a color, and I'm going to draw just within the background here. And I get this yellow box if I decide I don't like yellow. If we go over here, you can see that I can click on it, double click, sorry, and then I can change the color if I'd like to anything. There we go, just make it a little warmer. And I'm going to go here and try some different modes right under here, under layers here, where we have the different modes to blend things. Ooh, that looks pretty dramatic. So find something you like. It's up to you, whatever you think looks good. All right, I'm going to stick with multiply. And then I'm going to choose a scatter brush, and that is one of the brushes that, look like this. They've got a bunch of stuff around them. All right. And I'm going to rasterize this, and I'm going to put a layer mask, and this is where you get your layer mask, is down here. And when you put your cursor over it, it says add layer mask there, almost out of your view at the very bottom. Add a layer mask. I want black, and this is my layer mask here, and black, as you'll see, let me make there we go, my brush a little bigger. Where it's black, the image, you can't see through the image where it's black. So I'm just making the edges kind of beat up. If you use gray in your layer mask, it's going to be kind of transparent. I'm going to go to my brush here and just make it so this rotates so it's not the same exact edge every time. You won't see it here rotating, but it is as I use it. It's changing shape. So there we go. I'm just erasing the edges so it looks more burned in, like a stain or something, instead of being well defined. Alright, so here we go. Let's take a look at that, and you can see it. There it is. That's the shape. If you went too far into your shape and you wanted to bring back some of it, if you go to the white and you paint in white, see, I could bring it back if I wanted. I don't want to, so I'm hitting Command Z to undo my last move. Alright, so now I am going to go to Illustrator. And in Illustrator, I already have the document open that I want. Let's see. No, I don't. I'm a liar. Let me open it up. Here we go. So it's just this big graphic. It's purple. We'll keep it purple for now. I'm going to hit Command A. That selects it. Command C to copy it. And I'm just going to go back here to Photoshop. And I'm going to hit Command V to paste it. And we get all these options that come up. I can paste it as pixels. I can paste it as a path, as a shape layer. But I want it to be a smart object for now. I'm going to hit OK. And there we go. And you can see these lines here. It comes in and it wants you to place it and decide what size it is. Because it's a vector object, you can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. It's not going to hurt your resolution. It's not going to get jaggy. So that's where I want it. I'm going to just double click to place it. And it's a thinking. There we go. And I can tell when I look at my layers that it is a vector smart object. If I zoom in here, it says vector smart object, but more importantly, it has this little symbol on it. If you accidentally rasterize it, it's still going to say vector smart object, but it won't have this symbol. This symbol means it's a vector smart object. So, I mean, that looks pretty nice, but I want to do something even a little more interesting. So I have different wallpapers open. I think I'll take this one. I'm going to hit Command A, Command C. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to paste it on top. I'm not going to worry about that warning. All right, so I want this color just to be inside this vector smart object, just inside of here. So I'm going to hold my Option down and move my cursor between the two layers, and see it changes right there to two circles. If I click, you get this arrow and it clips that texture as I turn the eye on and off to show it into my vector smart object. And I can go into my layers and go up here and change, you know, the mode, find something I think looks good. Ooh, that's too dark, color burn, I don't like. That's kind of pretty. I can also change the mode of my vector smart object if I want. You know, I can still play with all these things on here. It gives you lots of options, but I think I'm just going to leave my vector smart object normal for now. One of the advantages of a vector smart object as I'm looking at it, if I decide I don't like purple, I'm going to turn off this clipped layer. If I double click on my vector smart object, I get this box that comes up and it says, after editing the contents, choose File Save to commit the changes. Those changes will be reflected upon returning to stained paper number 9/1 JPEG. So I hit it and it opens it up. This is not the original file you opened. Here's the original file I opened. This is the vector smart object file that is attached to Photoshop. If I click it, I can go over here and I can change my color. I can hit File Save or just Command S is all you need on the Mac, Command S. And if I go back here, see, it's going to update. There we go. It updated. It changed the color. Or I could change the shape. I could do all sorts of things to it. And now let me see how that looks. And maybe, there we go. Okay. That looks kind of nice. So a vector smart object can be edited, resized, changed around. You just double click it, and then. Oh wait, we have a guest, so I'm going to take a break. How you doing?
All right, my brother's taking a test.
Oh, maybe I'll just let it go.
It's okay if I give her a pizza.
Yeah, you can give her pizza. Hi there. Hi there, adorable. You are so happy. Okay, so I also have a picture in here. I'm just going to hit Command A, Command C. I'm going to go back to my original file. I'm going to paste it in there. Again, I'm going to ignore that warning. I want to erase this background. Now I could go in with the eraser and do it, but I'm going to put another layer mask on there, and I'm going to use black. And I'm going to get a normal brush instead of this brush. You always want a nice soft brush with photos. And I'm going to go ahead and erase it. And because this isn't the most realistic thing, I don't mind the edges blending a little. And again, if I make a mistake, I can go in, I can change this brush to white and add stuff back in. The brackets make your brushes bigger and smaller as you're using them, which is really helpful. And again, you know, you could be more exacting with this, but for this project, I don't think it's so crucial because it is a dream image. Ooh, see, I went a little too far there. I'm going to need to paint some of her face back in. So let's change it back to white.
Hey, Ryan, wait. That's my niece. And that's her mother.
Hey, is that good?
I am, but I didn't.
I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay, so not too bad.
Criminal justice. You can't read because the teacher basically sent him an email telling me to finish it.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, you stuck here?
For another 5 minutes.
All right.
Because he's done rather like some hour and a half hour instead of 10.
No.
Alright, so I've cleaned that all up and put that all in there. And you can see the mask. There it is. I'm now going to put another vector smart object in there. I have these butterflies. Control A, Control C. I'm going to paste them in. Top layer, smart object. There we go. Let me move them up. Rotate them. Move them over. Now again, if I didn't like the color, I could go and open it up. I want to just change that one. I think that one's a little dark. Make it a little lighter. Then I just hit Command S and go back and it will update. Yay! I'm going to go down here and put some effects on it. And that is down here where it says effects. There we go. It makes it look kind of 3D. And again, the effects are right down here. Right down here in your layers. And you can see, there they are, they update. And I'm going to go here and paste a different wallpaper in those. Command A, Command C. I'm going to paste it on the top. And again, there it is on the top. And I'm going to hold that option down. And clip it into the butterflies. Now, of course, it's filling it totally, but I can go ahead and, you know, put a portion, change the overlay mode so that I have more or less of that texture in there. Woo! I could also do, you know, opacity on the texture, bring it down, bring it up. Another thing too is, like, say if I wanted to put a different color balance on this woman here, I can click on her layer. I can go down here to my adjustment layers, and these are they change the colors, they change the brightness, contrast, the levels, all sorts of things in your images, but they don't change the image, and you can go back and manipulate them at a later date. So I'm going to hit color balance on there. Let me zoom back out. And where is my color balance window? Uh-oh. I don't see it. Oh, it's way back here. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on. Alright, so let's say I want this to be blue. Now notice it's changing everything. I don't want everything changed. I just want the lady changed. So I can hold down Option again and just do that same thing that I did up here and here, and I can clip this adjustment layer, this color balance layer just to the woman. And now only she is blue. Now I prefer that color, so I am going to leave it like that. And I got this woman from Dr. Macro, so if you just Google Dr. Dr. Macro, M-A-C-R-O, Google it, you'll find a whole bunch of really cool galleries of old movie stars. I think this is a Ziegfeld girl from, like, you know, 1915 or something, like sometime a long time ago. So there's lots of fun stuff there. Stop recording.